With the digital event information and the amazing demo we've gotten, Monster Hunter Rise is yet to show any signs or hints of the Elder Dragons that we will be getting. What's up guys, it's the Hunter Project here. Welcome to my channel where you'll find Monster Hunter news, builds, playthroughs and everything in between. Be sure to smash the like subscribe buttons if you do enjoy, it is extremely appreciated as we make our way to 300 subscribers. Don't forget to join our Discord, link is at the top of the description, and without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Today I'll be going over some of the Elder Dragons I would love to see in this game, and be sure to let me know down below what Elders you're looking forward to see and why. Also, just a side note, I will not include any subspecies or variations of the monster, for example Fatalis and Red Fatalis. And another side note is that this list is not ordered, so do not think of this as a ranking, it's just a list of Elder Dragons that I have written down and I'm just going to be talking about. Right, so starting off with our first Elder, we have Namiel. So this Elder is definitely one of my favourite designs for its category, and they did a fantastic job with whoever ended up designing this monster and did the concept for it. I hope they got a raise. I love how it utilises the water and thunder elements. If anyone's seen Naruto, it reminds me of Sasuke when it wets the floor and electrocutes the entire connected area. I've always found that move extremely cool, even though it is really easy to dodge with an emergency dive, but regardless, it's an extremely cool way that the monster utilises what it's capable of. And yeah, just everything about the monster is fantastic, especially the cutscene for it where the area goes dark and it glows in the darkness, eventually revealing itself. It's definitely one of the best monsters they added to Iceborne, and I hope we do see it return in Rise. Next up we have Nergigante, another New World Elder I want to return. This is my favourite Elder Dragon of World's base game for one reason, and that is the presence that it had on the map and in the story. Not to mention the Arch-Tempered variant that amped up all those feelings of like terror and power. Although it can have some stupid hitboxes, I love how they managed to capture its brute nature and how aggressive it is, which is showcased so well with its Black Spike Dive Bomb move, where it pretty much suicide dives at the hunter, breaking its own scales and then just continues fighting and living its life. So fingers crossed we do get to see this hedgehog in Monster Hunter Rise. I also want to see Jin Moran. This is my favourite siege monster in the franchise, as I've always found the sandship aspect extremely cool, and I love the animations of how it falls back into the sand when hit by the gong, or even the Dragonator, but specifically the gong's always been a satisfying one for me, personally. I also love the design with its two massive tusks, and how calm it can seem, yet so dangerous. Yes, you can argue that like most of the siege fights in the series are boring, but if I had to choose one, it would hands down be this one. And one little side note, I hope if they ever bring back Gore Magala, they revamp the entire fight top to bottom, as that is hands down my least favourite encounter in Monster Hunter, and I'd rather fight 3 Plesiops underwater than that unengaging fight. Regardless, it would be extremely nice to see this giant sand whale and the Great Desert return in Rise. So, next we have my favourite Elder Dragon from Generation 4, Gore Magala. So, a few people do say that this is not an Elder Dragon as it is marked as an unknown species, but since Gore Magala is an Elder Dragon, confirmed, I love the way that they designed Gore Magala, and I love the black smoke that envelops the beast for that mysterious and dark vibe. They did really well with how they implemented it into 4 Ultimate Story too, so there is a bit of story bias there, but regardless, the monster is fantastic and really fun to fight. Out of all the monsters on this list though, I do believe that Gore is probably the most unlikely to return for the base game, but who knows, maybe we will see it, or even as DLC in the future if not for the base game. The next Elder that I really want to see make a return is Valstrax. So this fan favourite flagship of Generations Ultimate had an extremely over the top design, and I loved it. I like how they made it like a rocket with how it moves, and the way it is animated only amplifies all its characteristics. They did really well with how impactful and aesthetically pleasing the flames are animated and utilised by Valstrax, and overall it's a really good over-the-top take on a new monster for the series. I really hope that we do get a lot more monsters with a similar intention, as I love fighting something I can't possibly imagine existing, as a lot of monsters in Monster Hunter, they do an extremely good job with trying to make them at least semi-realistic in a way, and I feel like this monster just kind of just went out there, went above and beyond in terms of trying to imagine it should be realistic. But of course, I would prefer these monsters to be Elder Dragons, just so there's not an overabundance, but regardless, Valstrax is an extremely cool monster, and I really hope that it does make a return. Right, so before we go into the final monster, there are some honourable mentions that I just couldn't put onto the list so the video wasn't too long, as I did want to keep this short and snappy, so here they are. Last but not least, we have Volcana. As the flagship of Iceborne, I think they did an extremely good job with its design, gameplay, and overall behaviour. I love how it utilises the ice to form its armour and how creative the attacks are. I was especially impressed by the Arch-Tempered variant that amplified all of that and beyond, and there were so many moves that caught me off guard with how unorthodox and unpredictable they can be at first. And just overall, they did an extremely good job with creating the monster that makes excellent use of its element. One of my favourite examples is where if you chop off the tail, it will recreate its own tail using ice to allow it to not be penalised for limb loss. And I just love how this just shows how intelligent Volcana is, and I really hope that it does make a return, and fingers crossed it does so. That does bring us to the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy, be sure to smash the like, subscribe buttons. It is extremely appreciated as we make our way to 300 subscribers. Comment down below what elders you would like to see return, and also don't forget to join our Discord. Link is at the top of the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.